Hello. Good day to everyone. Welcome to another episode of Under the Fallen Maple. This is issue number 4 of a 5-part series, and this one is called Order of Might. So, welcome. Happy to have you. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm Eric. I'm your game master, and we're playing adorable mice in a samurai world who fight stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Samurai mice.
Yeah. So, how are we all doing today?
Awesome.
You look good.
Yeah, super good.
Mouse Dad.
Super alive still.
Yeah.
Super alive still.
Whoa. Called the fuck out.
Shots
Wow.
Fired.
Seriously.
Shots
Okay.
fired.
Cool.
I saved
Well,
you. And this is how you repay me.
speaking of talking about last session, let's just kick off the session with the prologue, like we normally do. Who wants to do the prologue in order to recover a condition or recover
Well,
some nature?
I'm totally fucking fine, so I'm not
Yeah.
doing it.
I feel
I
like,
got
Seems fair.
problems.
yeah, I feel like Waylon's probably the most.
Yeah, but
harmed.
Ash, if you do it, you could recover injured, and you've literally been injured for every single
Okay.
episode except for
Yeah,
one.
but I'm such a badass. But I'm such a badass that it doesn't really matter.
Hey, that's fair too.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Good call. All right.
If you want to, Colin.
No, I'll try it. I'll probably botch it pretty badly, but do I need to do like a accent?
Last time on.
So like
Do it in transatlantic accent.
I can't do that.
You
I
want
know
everyone to do that?
I know you want everyone
Yes,
to
it's
do
so
it, but
good. Fine.
You should do it then, Eric.
No, I don't recover anything. Do it.
All
Don't
right.
give
Do it in
him
the way
one
that.
point.
Nah, do it tastes right.
I'm just gonna do it real quick. We fought a snapping turtle. We went to a village to get some steam buns, and I ate a bunch of steam buns and got sort of like almost sick and sort of slow and full. And then a turtle came and sat on the village, and we tried to lure it away with some really stinky fruit, and that didn't work. We're all bad at baking, it turns out, as well. And then Rosie took one for the team
Mhm.
when it lashed out at our failed stinky fruit offering strategy, and the rest of us barely escaped with our lives.
Okay, cool. You get to recover tired for that. You're no longer
Failed
tired.
Stinky fruit strategy.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I
it was a
mean,
thing.
you always got to try the stinky fruit strat, you know?
No, I totally understand. Stinky fruit.
Oh, I should mention Eric, our game master, also specified that we shouldn't fight it. It's not possible to fight it. And then after
And then I
the
expected us
end
to
of the
fight it.
game was lamenting the fact that we didn't fight it.
Yeah.
Just add that.
Shots
mention that as
fired.
well.
You can't fight it. You can't
yeah.
do it.
So
It's
when I said you can't fight it, I meant you can't kill it.
Hmm.
Those
So-
two
You can't
things
fight
are
it.
different.
It's impossible.
You can drive it away. Yeah. It's impossible. All right. The only thing that's
It's okay.
impossible is for a plain country pumpkin to become a golden carriage.
Well, it
Okay.
happened, so.
So am I no
Every
longer
day.
tired?
You are no longer tired.
Sweet.
Awesome.
That's
All right,
the
let's
first.
move over to the GM turn, and I'll start describing what we're doing today. Once we do that, and I get through the kind of beginning parts here, we're gonna go ahead and set our goals and talk about our beliefs real quick, and maybe Deacon, aka Mouse Dad,
No.
talk
yeah.
about a little bit more about your character since you're a newcomer today. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So here's today's session. We are following on the coattails of last session. So it's still summer and we're still deep in Cherry territory. In fact, we are at the heart of Cherry territory today, for we are in Cherry Castle. The three of us have traveled to Cherry Castle to petition the governor for troops to go after the dragon that attacked Hanamura, aka the snapping turtle. Basically, as many troops as we can. You've been kind of given the runaround for a little bit, but finally you are given audience today. And your goal today to convince the governor that it's worthwhile to give you guys troops to go after the dragon, kill it, and get revenge or whatever have you. for Rosie. So that's today's session. Okay. So that's our mission. Should you choose to accept. So let's go ahead and talk about our goals and stuff, and then we'll get into describing the actual turn and arguing for in favor or whatever.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
So I guess I'll go start with me because I'm new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New person.
All right. So Rosie passed on last episode. Very sad. Tragic.
By passed on, we mean was eaten by a giant
Was
fucking
eaten by
snapping
a
turtle.
snapping turtle.
Poor
And
poor one
so-
Bugweiser out for your homies.
Yeah, except for whatever the mouse version of that is. So
It's Bugweiser.
Bugweiser. Got it.
Nice.
So now we have Rosie's papa, Deacon, who is a former member of the Mouse Guard. He was retired and is coming back into service, basically to do the job that his daughter was gave her life to do. Very important.
Also revenge.
Also revenge, but that's way, 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 way underneath. That's very subconscious. He is about 60 mouse years, old. So he's an old fella. He's got reddish fur that's been going gray for quite some time.
I should have said you were 76.
That's a little old. He can still fight. He's a fighty guy. He's got the red cloak of the Cherry Clan. His home is also Hanamura because that's where we just were. And his belief is, and I'm not sure, because Eric, you put in for me, a Maple Guard thinks with their head but acts with their heart. But we were talking
You can change.
before the stream. And I was
No, don't put Jay.
okay. Well,
Okay.
okay,
we,
that's fine.
we were talking before stream, and
People
what was
die,
it?
okay?
People die. Okay. Like,
I'm sorry. I amuse
Kinda.
myself more than anyone else. And that's fine. Anyway, so a Maple Guard thinks with their head, but acts with their heart. Fine. And then the instinct is always create useful things in his free time because he is a very handy mouse and doesn't like to be idle. And then a goal, I guess we're going into this session should start a goal. I think that his goal is definitely to make Rosie's sacrifice worth it. He wants to end this fucking snapping turtle. Make her sacrifice to save the city of Hanamura worth it. So yeah. And it might be he makes it worth it by avenging her death and killing or the snapping turtle. It might be that he makes it worth it by making sure that she's recognized for what she's done. But that's
honor Rosie's sacrifice
that's good.
properly,
That's good.
right? Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Would Elf? Do you wanna go next?
sure, I can go next. Let me see here. Okay. So Ash, we all know Ash at this point. Scruffy, black-furred, purple-cloaked Plum Clan member of the little band. She has the legendary sword Leaf Cutter given to her by her now dead master. Her belief is that the best solution is found at the blade of her sword.
They still believe that?
Yep.
Okay.
Still believe it. I mean, we're going after the turtle. That means we gotta, it was still the best solution because it was the solution we came to eventually that we might have been able to do better if we come to first. Let's see. Now, and her instinct is to always draw her sword at the first sign of danger, which has always been true. I think my goal for this particular mission is going to be proving that it wasn't through a lack of my martial strength that we lost Rosie. That's my plan. Like, I'll fight all of you if I have to prove that I'm tougher than all of you anyway, and you couldn't have done it any better than me. That's my plan.
Prove you're the best.
I will fight all the Cherry Clan samurai if I have to. Just for my own ego.
Wow, can you not?
Yeah. Great. Colin.
Life's too short to take seriously. And I think I'm going to stick with it. Even though I had a very jarring experience last time. My goal was show my friends they can trust me to lead. And I still kind of work towards that, but with Deacon in the mix, I'm thinking of kind of changing it to like sort of gain Deacon's approval specifically. As a mouse guard, just in general.
Sure.
I guess I'm like, wary of Deacon and like intimidated and stuff.
Understandable.
So yeah, and then my instinct is always consult Ash when trouble arises, and I'm super conflicted about that one.
Yeah, do you want to
because-
keep that? Yeah, I don't think you've ever earned experience off of it.
Yeah, I think I had one. I had an alternative. I was gonna do something with the drum, just like an idle kind of thing that was like taunt my enemies with like a drum when conflict arises or something like that. But I also don't want to like sort of be Ash. I feel like I'm just replacing it with like the same kind of aggression.
Nothing
So I don't
wrong
know.
with that.
Open to thoughts though, if anyone has any.
Something you've been really good at is being a support person and offering help whenever you can. So you've definitely been doing that a lot. You've won, I think, embodiment or team worker a few times because of it.
Yeah, I wonder if something like sort of along
So like
the lines
always
of
offer
like,
help.
You want to be like Rosie, be more like Rosie, and
Yeah.
always offer people help.
Yeah. Oh wait, that was Rosie's one.
That
Yeah,
was
that
Rosie.
would be so good. Maybe that's what.
So what if I
Has
sort of
left.
twist it a little bit to like always try to see everyone's point of view, and that like obviously has created problems for me because I've been like stuck in the middle.
Sure.
So it'll be like always try to like. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it.
Well,
I'll-
okay. So this is something I needed to bring up because this is something about Burning Wheel and Mouse Guard in general. I'm afraid that instinct isn't good. And by good, I mean it's a great belief and not a good instinct.
Oh yeah, that makes sense actually. It needs something more actionable,
So the best way to think of an instinct is actually like if you were a Terminator robot and it's like always do this in this situation or never do this in this situation or if this then this, like very robotic programmatic approach. Like always offer help to allies instead of enemies, or like always like when on the path always take time to craft poultices or something like that. When in this situation do this.
I'm just gonna say like always offer a like positive encouragement or like explanation in any situation that arises, like so I can just basically sort of act out that like anytime something gets shitty, I'm just like, well,
Look for the helpers. Okay, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh, but
Mr.
if
Whalen's-
you think about
I
Think about the
should have titled this episode Mr. Whalen's Neighborhood.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah.
So like something more like specifically point people to the like bright side or something. I don't know. I'll phrase it and figure it out and let you guys know. But
Hyena always be closing. Good one. Awesome. Okay, great. All right. So, we are ready to begin. like I said earlier, we are standing in the hall, the great hall of Cherry Castle, the epicenter.
Can we backtrack just for a second? Because I feel like it would be maybe important to address
Why Deacon's with us?
Deacon is with them.
Sure.
Yeah, as opposed to just like skipping past that point.
Okay.
If that's all right.
It's fine by
Do
me.
it.
I feel like we had the scene last time where Rosie and everybody you guys rushed everybody out of harm's way, and then the town probably wasn't witness to a lot of what else happened. And then you all come back after, like, we did get the snapping turtle off the town.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's definitely not like taken care of or whatever.
No, it went away.
So like you come back with the news of like, yeah, it's not sitting on your tavern, but we weren't able to like take care of it, and also Rosie's dead. And we could go over the whole like, okay, yeah, there was the emotional moment, funeral and whatever, but I feel like we had whatever mouse rights there would have been done very quickly. And then the next morning, while you guys are like getting ready to go, you just see Deacon, putting his pack on and getting ready to go with you. And I don't think he would have said anything about why during the whole funerary rites or whatever. But he puts on his pack and he goes up to you guys as you're leaving to probably go talk to get backup or whatever. And he's just standing there with you. And he's just like, no, he's literally he put his pack on. He's standing there with you. He's ready to go. And you guys might have been
So
like in the middle of a
just-
conversation about like leaving and what you were going to do.
Yeah, just
Okay.
me and Waylon just. So, you're coming, then?
We have
I'm
to
not-
see this done.
I'm like with a very concerned, like sort of mouse brow furrowed. Like, Deacon, or you can't possibly want to strike out into the world right now. This is such a difficult time for you. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to stay here? We have business that we can attend to without you.
Stay here and do what, son?
I like sort of step back a step, and I'm like, look, I mean, you're welcome to come. Don't get me wrong. I just, with Rosie and I just don't.
You're going to take care of that damn turtle, right?
Absolutely.
Then
absolutely.
I'm going with you.
Okay. Yes, of course.
Ash is just watching the patrol leader fumble over answers for this like old man mouse who wants back in.
Yeah. At some point, I shoot Ash a glance and like I don't know.
Ash is just like,
So that's it. Probably it's just
Yeah.
like you're going to handle the turtle, right? Then I'm coming. Like period. Not
Mhm.
standing for anything.
Awesome.
So now we can skip forward. I felt like that was an important moment.
Yeah, no problem. No, thank you for that. I liked it. That's a good point. So, also under the hood, Blue Jays Deacon Mouse Dad is a patrol leader as well.
Yep.
So it's the same rank. It doesn't mean anything. You're retired, but just in case anyone was wondering.
I never leveled up. Damn.
No, never became a guard, patrol captain or patrol guard captain. I think it's that.
Whatever is next.
Whatever. No, a dynamo. Nope. Okay. So now with that, we are standing in the capital of Cherry Palace, of Castle Cherry. We are looking at the governor, Governor Chu, who has I imagine he's a white-furred mouse. He has a very like red adorned headdress. If you can kind of think of a like an early scribe in like the like the Qin dynasty kind of stuff, like you know what I'm talking about, like the long robed. He has a pipe and he has like this really adorned headdress that kind of comes down to the back of it. I'll find a picture maybe, but maybe during the break.
Sure.
But anyways, he's sitting there. He's getting various council members around him. He's wearing an all like bright cherry red. His counselors and stuff are wearing like the inverted colors, so like they're white with red cherries on them. And they're all addressing his needs and, you know, like being like, yes, sir, that's a great idea. And they're like writing down some stuff. And then as soon as they leave, you see them like shake their head being like, this guy's insane. You know what I mean? Like out of earshot. And anyways, he finally calls, or he doesn't call you up. I'm sorry. The Major Domo calls him up, right? Major Domo is the tall, spindly elf. Mouse. He looks at you. He bows and says, "Thank you. I appreciate your time and all your patience for waiting for these days. You see, with the drought, it's been very busy. The governor will see you now." And he gets out of the way, and you guys broach the governor, who's once again sitting in his chair. His pipe is smoking on a little stand that I think a helper would be holding for him, right? Like a little like ashtray kind of thing, holding it. Behind his chair is, you can see a large walking stick. It's ornately crafted and has a little like charm dangling from it. And yeah, so he calls you up and says, you see him like touch his forehead like this, like he's trying to not have a migraine. And says, "Come, what say you?"
As I approach, I like bow super, super low. And like my drum, which is strapped to my back, sort of starts to slide over my back, and I like sort of catch it and like straighten up again, and it's kind of awkward. And then I'm like, actually, I just look to Ash. I'm like, well,
You want to take this one?
Out with it. I don't have all day.
Well, if these kids won't say anything, and I like look at both of you, and then I look up to the general, who I'm assuming like
He knows, yeah.
knows who I am.
Of course he does.
I'm looking at Waylon like,
Yeah.
dude, this is your job. Come on. Like, right? It's just that look that's like, come on, dude.
And then
I'm
like
I try to like interrupt. I'm like, right. Thanks. Thank you, Deacon. That's okay. Your Excellency, we have come from a tragic event, and one which is still unfolding within this land. It has taken a personal toll on each of us in its own way. You may have heard word already, and I sort of look questioning. A dragon has appeared in this land.
He nods solemnly and says, "Yes, we heard of the dragon attack of Hanamura. It's also attacked the small fish towns of," and he lists off Pooh and come up with another good name. Lily Pond. It's a tragic loss, but
so
in
you're
these
just gonna-
times,
So you're just gonna sit there on your fancy chair while this dragon rampages the countryside and do nothing?
with apricot forces amassing every day, I have no men to spare. And denied. And he like waves you off. But this is the point where we're gonna go into a convince conflict where you're gonna like argue with him. Probably.
Yeah, because I think like after Deacon speaks up like all gruffly, I sort of step forward. I'm like, well, I mean, what Deacon means is, of course, the resources that you would spare to help address this situation would surely be well spent, given that your people are currently suffering, and more casualties could be amassed if this beast is not quelled as soon as possible.
Cool. He muses on that and says, "Let's talk." And all right, let's go ahead and we're going to do a convince conflict for our first thing out of the gate. So we're going to have a social argument between people.
How does this work?
So just like any other conflict, it works just like combat would, only what you're armed with is different than weapons, as well as the certain skills for dispositions and such, right? But the principles remain the same. So, if we bring up our conflict thing here, I want to list off a few things that you can like arm yourself with. For example, in an argument, if you just want to use role playing, just role playing could just give you a free die instead of any of these other things. So if you're ever lost, just we're good at it, but just role playing would give you a die to one type, like a sword. Alternatively, if you had evidence of something and actually had the evidence, you can get, and I'll just list it off real quick, like that gives you an additional success on an attack. If you try to intimidate or try to deceive somebody, you can earn additional successes on feints or maneuvers. It's all listed here on the sheet. Okay. So those are some things to consider. But also, we need to look at what creates this conflict. So an argument type conflict. Here's what's going on. Here's how we use it. It's using Persuader for all of them. Okay. Furthermore, you could use Deceiver for feint or maneuver, if you were so rascally. But since we're only trying to convince the governor, then it's going to be persuade instead of oratory. Is the big thing instead of speech.
I'm definitely not going to be taking the 4 on this one, team.
So, who wants to be the captain of this exchange?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that Deacon both wants and doesn't want to do. Like he doesn't want, like he knows what like rank is, and he has always had people above him before. So I feel like he would want to give Waylon the floor, but probably is also gonna get like, come on, boy, like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like trying to simultaneously like shield Deacon on some level from like having to inconvenience himself in this like time of grief, but like also feel like I need to prove myself and just like step up and like show him.
Yeah, sure. And this makes sense also because you're the one who, after he was like, no, just like, no, we're not doing it. You stepped up and we're like, well, actually, let me let me explain. So this would be on you. That makes sense. Great. So I'm looking up the stats for this dude. There he is. Okay. Oh, that's not that great. Okay. So, as captain, we're going to be doing 2 things first. One, we're going to come up with our goal. What's your goal here? And 2, we're going to be coming up with our dispositions. Okay? So, I think your goal might be pretty clear, but
yeah, do we just want to convince him to lend support? Like
convince him to like lend people like mouse power to hunting the dragon.
To give you guys an idea of things that you would need or that would be helpful is supplies and men, right? You can kind of think of this as like if you're going after King Kong, right? Like you're gonna need traps and large nets and all that kind of stuff, right? So anything they can spare for this. So, okay, cool. So I'll write that down. Convince the governor to lend troops and support.
oh my god, I'm so gonna pull out the "do you have any kids" thing.
Oh yes.
All the dad tropes. Oh, I love it.
Do you have any children?
Cool. All right, so now let's calculate our dispositions. So just how in a fighting conflict you would roll fighter and add health, this is persuader and adding will. Okay. So
Okay.
persuader, this is a test just like any other test, except it doesn't count for advancement in any way because this is technically an Ob-Zero test. Okay. So people can help you. You can invoke traits. You could top your persona. All those things are on the option here for disposition. But and of
And
course,
I add
people
all
can
my
role
will.
play to help you, right? Like that's also something that can.
Okay, so I'm definitely adding all my will though. Are you guys gonna help somehow?
I mean,
I don't think-
I help by just being a stern.
I don't think we can help
presence.
on this particular thing, right? You're just rolling your.
Well, I
No,
thought
you can
Eric
help.
said
It's
you
just
guys
like
can.
any other
Oh.
test.
We can help on the setup.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm nodding
Sure.
emphatically and helping with persuader. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we need that. Yeah, definitely. I'm not making any good points, but I'm agreeing with all the good points that my friends are making.
Well, yeah. So you guys aren't leaving like when they like start to dismiss you, and you're raising your points. So we're talking about it. All right. So governor goes.
Okay.
Oh, I have a macro.
We're all mouse guard now.
Oh, that's not great.
So. Okay.
Oh, oops.
Did
It's
I-
8.
Did I do that right?
No. You add the will after.
Oh, you
Wait,
added your will as
Yeah, I put
dice
it
to
in my-
roll. Just scrap that roll and re-roll, my dude. I don't want you to. It gets murky cutting off dice, like truncating rolls and successes. Just redo the whole
Mhm.
thing.
Okay,
I'd rather.
So just ignore the will thing.
Yeah, it's just like a persuader twist
You just
test, and then you
flat add later.
Okay, here we
precisely. Wow.
go.
That's a
Okay,
good
I
one.
didn't screw that one up.
No, that's a good roll. You also got a 6 if you wanted to fade it.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good
Wait,
already.
what is your persuader?
5?
Holy shit!
I know. That's what I wanted to do it.
Waylon, yeah, that's why Waylon's like, I got this, fam. Cool. And what's your will?
I think it's 5. Yeah.
Wow, so 10 out of 10. Okay, so our disposition is set up. Now we go ahead and I'm going to put down the cards that I want to do. And then you guys do the same.
What's our script gonna be, team?
Is he already putting stuff down?
Cards are
Okay.
Yeah,
down.
he's
It's
got 'em down.
down.
I don't want him to,
I know,
spam.
I was
him to
waiting.
My
drop
cards.
that-
My cards, you could say, are on the table,
Okay.
so to speak.
like,
Let's see.
yeah.
So I need to figure out how this conflict works.
It's persuader for everything.
Uh,
Or
So you
manipulate or
you
deceive.
still attack, defend, feint, or maneuver, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want, what the fuck am I? Okay. If you need any help, I have that cool little flowchart thing that I made for a conflict helper. And
Yeah,
in the
I
most
just- I wasn't
abstract,
sure.
in the most abstract way, what attack, defend, feint, and maneuver do. Attacking is going after your objective, right? So attacking is cutting down the other person's goal. Think of it that way. When you're attacking, you're fucking up the other person's goal. When you are defending, you are saving your own goal. When you are maneuvering, you're getting in position to fuck up or save a goal. When you are feinting, you are being tricksy. Deceptively attacking.
Mm-hmm.
So tricksy might be maneuvering. Tricksy attack is feinting. Right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Maneuver
like
and feint are weird in an argument, but just just go with it.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if whatever it is, like whatever position that Deacon is in the argument, he's probably just gonna like attack, go straight forward. So he's not gonna be like defensive or trying to like make sense of like, well, you know, like I get where you're coming from, but this is really important. He's just gonna be like, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
think that's attack. More
Yeah.
like.
Probably.
Well, what's the
So-
order? Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
what
talking
order
about
do we
going
wanna
first?
Go in?
No, I'm just whatever order that Deacon is in,
Oh,
I would do attack.
He'll be attacking. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
So like, what order do we want to go in?
I feel like Waylon is talking first.
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So I mean, I'm just kind of debating between maneuver and attack right now.
Mhm.
But I don't think you want to maneuver first.
I mean, it
Um,
sets up your next move, right?
Yes, but
We've always done that in the regular conflicts.
mhm. Okay, I think that makes sense, and I also like how it sounds with like the just for the role play. So let's maneuver, attack, and then
Is maneuver still using persuader?
Yes.
yeah, all of them are.
Good
this
question.
time, right?
Yeah, great questions.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this. Like, this is outside of Ash's area of expertise.
What do you have in terms of social skills?
Uh,
Do you have order?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have Persuader.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't. I have Persuader.
Well, you can.
I
you could-
do have Manipulator though.
Cool.
I do have Manipulator though, and
So
I think basically it's gonna come down to and something like, and if you don't lend us the men, then I'm gonna fight you because
Well, keep it. Yeah, that's good, bub.
because that's all Ash knows what to
Yeah.
do with.
Yep. And
Okay. Okay, so maybe it should be Waylon, Deacon, and then Ash.
Okay.
sure.
And it sounds like Ash is doing the one that is manipulator or deceiver.
Yeah, manipulate.
Manipulator, is that just
Yeah.
like an attack or is that
I think they can all be the social stats can all be used, right, for each of the maneuvers. So like whatever, like is manipulator limited to one particular move? Eric?
Manipulate is limited to maneuver and feint.
Oh, then I guess I'll feint.
You can, but you
'Cause-
can attack. Use, but
I
with
mean,
your
it's
nature,
a pretty look. It's a
you can-
pretty
yeah.
big feint, so I'm good with it. Like,
Yeah.
or I'll fight you in the castle full
Yeah.
of cherry
can-
guys. Is like,
you can, yeah, you can think of feinting as like breaching protocol. Like it could work, you know, like you can't handle the truth kind of thing, or it could completely blow up in your face.
you
It's an
can't handle the
extremely
truth has
risky
never,
thing,
You
right?
can't handle the truth has never worked. That line has never worked ever.
Well, Aaron, it worked for Aaron Sorkin, so
It could be. I'm sorry. It could be like sarcasm, right?
yeah.
Like, that gets interpreted like if it fails, it's like just
Exactly.
taken literally.
Exactly. It's a exactly. It's using like really advanced rhetoric, or you could say not advanced rhetoric. If trolling somebody, right? Like inciting someone. You mad, bro? Like you can do these things. That would probably be like a feint. Like you're
it's just
flustering
a
them.
game?
right?
Why you have to be mad?
Yeah. Why you have to be mad? It's just town.
It's
So,
just a game.
Yeah. So, anyways, before we just get completely memed out, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gist
let's-
of it, right? So,
What's
lay
this
out,
card on the
get
board?
those cards. I don't know. I'm deleting it.
Are
Okay.
you a mouse or are you a chicken?
Yeah. See, I bet Fox needs to play mouse card. You get it. That's what you're supposed to do. Cool. All right. So lay out those cards.
Yeah,
So,
so
maneuver,
our script is
attack,
maneuver, attack, feint. Yeah.
This is gonna be
Okay.
great.
By the way, last time we had a feint as the last card, Eric had attack and it was just over.
Mhm.
That's how we died to the snapping turtle. Giant turtle feints for some reason.
For
Let's see
some
if
reason, turtle
our
feint.
Luck is better. Sorry, I put those in like a terrible place, Eric.
It's okay.
I'm messing up the format here.
It's okay.
Chickens are huge and terrifying. Chat, you're the best.
So I'm fainting
Um,
at the start.
One sec. My
Oh, yeah.
door.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, so Waylon, reveal.
It's maneuver, I think.
Sorry. Do we want to wait for blue?
Yeah, but we can wait, but flip over the card.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember how to flip over.
You just
the
right click
You-
on it.
Yes.
Chickens are literally like a mouse T-Rex. Think about it. Or like a mouse velociraptor.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Maneuver and feint. This is an independent test, so we both trigger our things. When we're making this move, though, keep in mind the weapons again that I was talking about. So if you were bringing up evidence, you could equip evidence for this turn, and you could just give yourself an additional success to everything you roll. Or we can just focus on role playing, and you could just choose, I'm just going to use the role play weapon, and that'll give you a die to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Sorry about
No
that.
problem. We were just, while we flipped over the cards, we were talking about how
Is feint
different
not
weapons
really
are in
good?
different conflicts.
Isn't feint really good against maneuver? I feel like it is.
What's
It's-
happening?
It's independent. It could
They're
be.
independent. Okay.
Yeah.
Feint
means they both
versus
happen.
maneuver, eh?
So they both happen. So what do you say, Waylon?
I'm like, Your Excellency, I'm glad you're willing to talk. Let's perhaps frame this in another perspective. In addition to the tragedy, which I've informed you of, it does come to a matter of economics as well. The well-being and economic safety of the empire, as it stands, is deeply threatened by this beast roaming free. It has destroyed a locality already in full, and as you've informed us, it has been elsewhere as well. So yeah, that's like kind of my change the like angle maneuver.
Sure. And of course, Governor Chu does not want anything to do with that and says, "How dare a pair address me about the Cherry's economic woes and their what to do in their own domain?"
Whoa. Whoa. That's your feint?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, we both roll our rolls against an ob 1. This is independent, so whatever successes you get, you get them. It's not versus.
Do I get helps with this?
Oh yeah, this guy was totally like he's not listening to you when you say that. He's being stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Do I get helps with the roll?
Yeah, people can help you just like any other roll, my dude.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the appropriate skill. I am backing you up.
I wish I had fate. That's bad.
Obstacle 1.
Yeah.
Is it ob 1?
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh man, that's not good.
And so the saga of Colin continues.
This is rigged.
Okay. So
Um,
what does you? So you have one success, right?
yeah.
You can either try to modify that roll if you have a proper wise. Remember how you can reroll failures if you have a proper wise. Otherwise, you could do something like spend a fate point to reroll that 6. Maybe gun for another additional success. Did you give yourself a die for role playing as supplies as your
Nope.
weapon?
Nope.
Okay, so in the conflicts, roleplay is just plus 1d to any action to one action type. Is that
Yes.
per round?
Yeah, per round, per 3 volleys. Yep. So yep.
So
So
do
your
we
next
even
turn,
want
you
to roll?
could do something else.
I was like, do we even want to roll an extra die for this one because it's already been like
No, okay. So think of roleplay as a weapon your character can equip. So all
okay,
three of you
so
could
it's
do
each
it.
turn.
Mm.
Okay,
But if
I don't know how to refer
Yeah.
to these.
yeah, that's fair. These are weapons of a conflict. So if you equip a weapon for a conflict, you have that weapon until it's your next turn.
Okay.
So if you wanted to use evidence, you would have to wait until your next turn if you used roleplay instead.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I screwed that up then. So
That's all right.
I don't think this is worth re-rolling. I think I just had once. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, because you have 4 successes.
I can't tell you that. It's up to you, my dude.
You can only reroll the 1/1 or the 1/6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
You could add if you have a, persona, you could add your will. Is it will?
Nature.
Nature?
But technically you do that before you roll.
Oh, okay. But you would,
Yep. You would add your nature to your current nature score to the roll. To the pool of dice that you're rolling.
but we've already passed that point. Can he roll an extra d6 for the role play? Just 1 d6 and maybe get 2 successes?
Yeah. If you wanted to tap your nature too, I'm feeling generous. If this was Torchbearer, I would just laugh in your face. Get good.
Do you want me to do that? I'm conflicted on accepting that or not. I'll definitely re-roll the 1d6.
One success,
or I'll roll the 1 for forgetting. But yeah.
With just 1 to spend, the only thing you can do is -1 die from the opponent's next action. With 2 to spend, you would be able to add 2 die to our next action, which is my attack.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't get more than 2 on this. Disarming, removing gear. I'm not sure how that would work in this situation. But
they're armed with roleplay. You would just disable that bonus, so he's getting an additional die for that.
Right.
So if you disarmed him, you would basically reduce his pool by another die.
So I feel like if you just roll that 1 extra die, and then we either get +2 or stick with the -1 for the maneuver, I don't think it's that important to spend your persona or fate or anything right now.
Okay.
So we have 2.
All right.
So we're just gonna go with the +2 on the next action.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Next action being
yours.
wow. Attack via attack, eh?
Indeed.
That independent attacks.
So we both do damage to one another again.
Okay.
However, you're giving yourself a 2 die advantage to this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Waylon says his piece. Can you go back over the gist of it for me? Because we were discussing the argument.
I tried to change it towards economics or something. And he was like,
Ad
how
hominem.
dare you teach
Oh, right.
condescend,
The
basically.
you're a pair. And so Deacon steps forward, and he looks at the governor, and is there he's on a raised dice?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, in a very comfy, cushy chair.
Of course he is. And Deacon looks at him, and he's like, "You know me. I've been a part of this court, this clan, for my entire life. I have protected these territories with my life. Do you have any kids?" I'm doing the dad thing. Do you have any children, Governor?
Well, I mean, of course, I have my young daughter.
Of course you do. My daughter died defending Hanamura from the dragon. And many more people's daughters and sons and husbands and wives and children have died to this dragon. And you say that you can't spare any men because of a war that is approaching, a war that will affect these people in no small way if they're still recovering from losing men that could fight in the war, cherry men. Like, how dare you let this dragon rampage through your lands when you have the power and the might and the force to put an end to this? And that's like me being like, you're just like not thinking right. You got to get your priorities straight. Anyway, yeah, that's my attack. So I'm rolling with it's Persuader.
Yes, correct. People can
So-
help you, just like any other roll. And
Ash has got her hand on her sword because this is all aggressive, like finger wagging stuff. And she's
Oh,
like,
yeah?
okay.
I'm like very, very lightly like drum rolling. Just like it's so quiet. It's just like
Okay, so I have role play. I have the 2 dice from the maneuver. I have a helper dice from each of them, like backing me up. And anything else? Is that all?
do you want to invoke a trait?
Ooh, I could totally invoke a trait. Does that cost me something?
No, you have the option of invoking a trait. In this circumstance, you can either spend the trait. You have only level 1 traits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a level 1 trait, you can either spend it the 1 per session positively and get that positive bonus, that 1 per session positive bonus, or you
Right.
do the unlimited negative thing at this point.
Okay.
And if you do it negative, you get a -1 die, but you also earn a player check.
I think what I'm doing right here is, and I don't know exactly what this is, but this is the I've been around the block kid and you don't know what you're doing. Old fur.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm
Dad
gonna
fur.
invoke-
Yeah.
Yeah, dad fur. Dad mouse.
Dad
I'm-
fur. Ew.
I'm invoking dad mouse here.
Yeah.
And what's the ob? It's just 1 because or
Yep.
0 or
Because we're both hitting ourselves with this volley.
okay.
Yeah. And so, ooh, okay. I think Governor Chu sits on that for a little bit
hmm
and says, Deacon, the Cherry Clan respects everything you've done and all you have sacrificed. You have been a loyal soldier, but your time in the Maple Guard perhaps has given you too much of an idealism, and you lost sight of the pragmatism. This drought has cost us severe positions on our borders. I'm afraid, and he pauses, right, and he doesn't want to say it in a shouting way. He's like, I'm afraid the Cherry's position is not as strong as we would like it to be. And so do not lecture me on what's best for the Cherry. I have to look over everyone, not just the vengeance of a father for a daughter.
hmm
And he's gonna roll as well. But I get a minus. I don't get a -1. You just had those additional
No, we got
dice.
we got the
Yeah,
plus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So he rolls 4 dice and
My persuade is surprisingly low.
3. Wow. Well, that was really good though. All right. So I do 3 damage to you, and you do 4 damage to me.
Yep,
And the next one,
Faint be faint. Shit.
it's a versus test. That's true.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Is
The
it
versus.
is faint
Whoever has
independent?
whoever has the best feint wins.
All right.
It says
So
here that faint is independent. Oh no, faint. You did the thing wrong.
Oh shit. Which one is it then? One
It
second.
says
Faint be faint. It says
goes
independent.
Oh, it's
but
independent.
on the
Oh,
actual
thank you.
sheet- on the actual sheet, it shows versus. Faint be faint is versus in the
Oh, okay.
in the one that you copied out of the book or whatever.
I don't know what you mean. That's a VS right there.
Yeah. Huh? Okay.
Weird. I'm sorry, guys. All right, cool.
So how does that work versus faints?
So this is
I need to use my manipulator or my will. Is that how
yeah,
it works?
and do the half dice learning manipulator or learning persuade.
I can't just use will. That's the
No,
thing?
you would be learning. You could use your nature if you don't want to do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
But we chose faint so that she could use manipulator, right?
Yeah, we did. But I actually think my nature is higher. But yeah, no, we're gonna use manipulator. So manipulator, it's only one die different anyway. So manipulator, and then I have tools, I guess, supplies, and people helping me. Is that how that's gonna go?
Your supplies, your role play,
Yeah.
and then of course we're backing you up.
Yeah. All right.
We can back up with Persuader, right?
It's only 4 dice. It should be fine.
Can I back up with
Manipulate. Look at the handout for skills. I'm pretty sure you can.
We
Though.
can back up with Persuader. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Ash just grits her teeth and then says all the stuff that he said, and also I will beat up anyone in this room. And that's it. So that's 4 die.
Yeah.
Interesting. Manipulator. 2, 0.
The nerve of this spouse coming into my court, addressing with violence and violent threats, and perhaps maybe let's see what we roll, and it might be that you we see the hilt of Leafcutter, and that might change his impression should you win.
I mean, I'm thinking I might re-roll those 6s. I don't know if I need to
explode
do.
them.
I don't know if I need to do that before you roll.
No, you can wait. You can sit on it. Yep.
Then we'll wait. Let's see.
Sorry. Sorry.
Did you? Yep. Okay. It's okay. You're allergic to mouse guard.
Yeah. No, I think I'm getting sick.
Whoa, boy.
Jeez.
You probably want to.
What?
You probably want to roll
What?
that, dude.
6, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Don't dude me. But here we go. Another 2, but it's only brings me to 4. So doesn't really help.
Anything you can do?
Is there anything else?
Can I spend a wise to reroll the failures?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So
Spending a fate. So if you have a relevant wise, spending a fate lets you reroll 1 failure. Spending.
I don't though. I don't have a relevant wise. I have Weasel wise and Hidey Hole wise. Oh wait, Hidey Hole wise. You can't just sit here in your massive fortress walled
Hidey hole.
Little hole and pretend your problems are gonna go away.
Hey!
I like
I
it.
give that. I give it.
Yeah. I allow that. That's actually yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
that
that's what
allows
this
me
guy's
to reroll. That allows me to reroll 1 failure, Eric.
It's up to you if that's worth a persona and spending your persona to reroll all failures, or a fate to reroll 1.
Can I spend more fate to reroll more?
No, you can only spend your fate once,
Oh.
and it rerolls 1 failure. If you had another relevant wise that you could invoke, then you could spend a fate to reroll
Well,
as well.
I don't have a lot of persona to burn, so this is I'm just gonna do this.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, I failed. I failed.
You have another one though, right? Or did you spend a fate? Did you spend a fate or persona?
I spent a fate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you spend a fate, Alf? You could have spent a persona.
No, shut up, BJ.
Okay. Cool. All right, then I win.
I can only roll so many die, and if Eric rolls all
With a difference of 1.
there's not so much that I can do.
It's
yeah, what
true.
does this mean? What does this feint? We just lose 1 point?
Yeah, you end up mechanically you end up losing 1 point. He huffs and says, Actually, I don't think he even responds other than a threat being like, one more outburst like that and we'll have you arrested. Is probably what he does in a very like firm tone. He stands up. He quickly stands up when you say that, and the guy who was holding the pipe or whatever, like Wilhelm screams off the dice as he falls. He's like, "Don't you ever say that in my kingdom ever again."
Ash just ruffles her purple plum cloak, like she gives a shit about what this cherry guy thinks.
The pompousness of the Plum Clan is well known, but he trails off.
Oh, this guy's cruising for a bruising. That's what I have to say.
He's literally the head of the Cherry Clan.
You think Ash
Governor
gives a
Chu.
shit?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. But
I mean, she does give a shit. It's like honor demands.
yeah, he's a
Honor
dynamo.
demands Ash give a shit.
Honor demands that Ash
Um.
defend her clan should they be insulted. However,
Hmm.
this
Not about our
this
conflict
conversation
right
is
now.
gonna end with the last ditch. I challenge you to a duel.
Honor demands.
No.
Okay, so I think the
Justice
thing that
demands retribution.
I think the thing that we need to do is if like
I don't know, BJ. I could just attack right off the bat.
attack with what? Your lack of
With my-
persuader?
With my nature.
Can we? So can I like be like, excuse me, Your Excellency, would you mind if my colleagues and I
Can we like
could-
take a step back from this for a second? Is that-
consulted each other momentarily and like sort of just sort of asking permission to like step back and like whisper amongst ourselves?
Yeah.
Because we can't like do it right in front.
Sidebar, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
Your Excellency, my ass. Do y'all not know how to refer to a
Yeah.
general?
So you guys huddle up. You guys huddle up. What do you do?
I thought he was the emperor.
No,
It's not the emperor.
Emperor's dead.
I'm like, okay. And I looked at Ash. I'm like, I hear you, but you have to chill. Just look. He's obviously not interested in doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Deacon, I'm sorry. I don't understand it. But maybe we can offer something. Maybe we can pledge our services in solving another.
So you mean like a promise?
Yes, sure.
A promise is in the conflict helper as +1 dice to defense.
I mean, what do you say? Can we like pull it together just to like offer him our services, and then in exchange for the resources we need to take this thing down?
So you want to give him whatever it is that he wants us to do first, and then for him to help us. Is that the plan?
Yeah. I mean,
If
we're
you-
capable.
If you two are going off on an adventure, then I'll go take on this snapping turtle by myself.
I'm not
There's
saying
nothing that is more important to me.
we'll kill the turtle.
I'm like,
That's-
Deacon, we're going to kill that turtle. Like, mark my words. But like, we can't even handle that right now. We have to gain some like headway first. And this is the only way I know to do it without getting us, like, if not killed, certainly banned from this place.
All right. I want what happens next to be Deacon like is participating in the sidebar and you guys are being all like wary, and then he just like turns around and says, "You know what? You're full of shit." And like straight up attacks him. Like I kind of want that to be what happens next. So, if that's okay with y'all in terms of the like volley order.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it.
If that's okay with Waylon and
Yeah,
let's.
Ash.
I
The only-
think that's fair.
The only thing you couldn't do for this round is let Ash go first again,
Okay.
because
Uh,
Ash just went last, so you can't go
Oh,
end of turn
okay.
then again. You have to let someone else go.
So
at that point.
I feel like what is effectively a feint? I forget. It's
Risky trolling or real talk.
mechanically then. What is mechanically a feint?
Oh, mechanically a feint is if you do it against a defense, you win automatically. If you do it against maneuver, it's independent, so it fires off. So it's an attack against.
But if it's
Um,
against an attack, you basically just
Yeah.
eat the attack.
You get
Yeah.
okay, then it's an
Exactly.
attack. I'm doing an attack then is what my card is gonna
Yeah.
be. So first is attack and then
All right, lay out the cards. Followed by Waylon doing what? Oh, what are
I
you
don't-
armed with, by the way?
I mean, I have my staff. as
No,
usual.
it's for socials.
Oh, I don't know.
That was a question for Deacon.
Oh, what do I have? I
Yeah.
have Persuader. Um,
What are you gonna use?
and
Cunning role play.
an Orator. Why do you have Orator down here? It's up here. God,
Because I'm bad.
you're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Persuader and Orator, and they're both 2. Or you fight with will, or is it? Do you
No,
fight-
what I meant was, are you using the role play to give you a die to a particular action type, or are you using something else?
Oh, I didn't know if you could use things more than once. Like we already did the role play last. Can I use it again?
Yeah, because it's a new round.
Of course, I'm using role play.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay.
Like, excuse me.
Well, you could use a role play. You could role play for a die for any
Well-
particular action type, or I mean, you could also we would be role playing anyways. But if you wanted to use evidence or something like that, or a promise for
I don't think-
defense, you
I don't think we
could
have
equip
those
that
things.
instead. If you should,
I mean,
want.
the way
Yeah.
the conversation is going,
No, yeah, you're just being
I
very
could
straightforward.
I could make up like me, Blue Jay, I could make up evidence being like, you're full of shit. I've seen the strength of your forces. Like, I have been participating in drills. Like, I know exactly how many soldiers that you have, and you're full of garbage, and you have plenty of men to spare. Like, if you would accept
Yeah,
that as
Of
evidence.
course, I would love if you push that. That would be
Okay,
awesome.
then I could have evidence. Would that be in attack?
Yeah, evidence gives you an additional success on attack, so it's not a die. It's just straight up you add +1 to your
And-
number of successes.
I can't do that and the roleplay dice, can I?
No,
Okay, so I would definitely be willing to do that as
Yeah.
evidence. Yeah.
Hyena's got it. You equip a promise.
Well, I'm equipping evidence, and the
Yeah.
evidence is like I haven't just been sitting on my ass. I've been like training
Yeah.
with the cherry soldiers because like I know all of them,
Yeah,
and we train together, and they talk to me, and I know exactly what the state of your
Yeah.
armies are, and you're full of garbage.
okay.
So I would do attack. I'll pull it out. Choose this one, and then flip it. Yeah, there we go.
Everyone else scripts though first.
Yeah.
I can't really do anything but faint. Ash is full of fainting. That's it.
I love your garbage emote, Blue Jay.
Thanks.
So, is Waylon going before me, or am I going?
Yeah.
I think I'm like just like really kind of shocked by this whole situation of like suddenly escalating to conflict. So I'm gonna go last.
Okay. So then I faint.
I think that's okay. I think Ash can go before you now.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if
let
my
me know
math
if
is right.
not.
I mean, I
you
have
can't
no
go until
idea
everyone
what-
else is gone, and everyone else has gone,
Yeah.
and you can't go twice in a row. So yeah, that's legal.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fine.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Waylon, what are you going to script?
I think defend.
Cool. Just wait until you guys play Burning Wheel and get into Duel of Wits, where you have like a gajillion different things instead of attack. You guys are gonna be like, "Oh, I wish we were doing mouse guard." Okay. All right, now we flip.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
I mean, we can
So-
flip all our cards if we want. Right? We can't change them anymore.
That's true.
Defend, defend, defend. Look at you.
Wow.
So what is attack versus defense?
Versus.
It's a versus. Okay. So Deacon, like, we're having this aside, like I said, and Deacon turns around and says to, like, after like a moment, and says to the general, he's like, you know what? you're full of shit. And like we go over like that, I have been to your camps. I have trained with Cherry Clan soldiers. I know the state of your armies. You might think that I've been home in my retirement sitting on my ass, but I talk to people and they respect me. Unlike maybe you. You are lying when you say that you don't have enough men to help us with this dragon, and you are afraid that you would be seen as weak should we fail. But trust me, we will not fail. I have not come this far to be defeated by that creature. Give us the men we need. Give us the supplies we need. Or I will be talking to every member of your army that I know, and you'll see how many people you have to support you in the upcoming conflict.
Now, let's not get hasty here. It's just a matter of it just not being the right time.
Ah, fuck.
Perhaps the fall. Excuse me.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
testing its persuader.
Yeah.
I'm just like wincing in the background. Like I'm just like, oh my god.
Waylon's like, but diplomacy.
So I have one success for evidence, but that's not an extra die. I have help from both of you, I'm guessing. Or no? Do you not want to help me?
It's up to them to help you.
I'm helping. I'm helping because like
Yeah.
I'm bristling to like throw my piece in now. Like
Yeah.
you're just giving me all the stuff I need to just call this guy out real hard.
Okay, so I've got one help dice. Waylon, are you like
I'm so freaked out, but like I keep thinking about how I like told you we were gonna do this. We're gonna get it solved. So I'm like, okay, I have to help. So I'm helping.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use stubborn, I think. For this, for an extra die. So that's 3 helping traits and then 1 extra success on whatever I roll. Okay, so 4 successes.
2. Okay, so you beat me by 2.
Cool. So you get 2 taken off of your health or whatever?
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah.
And you faint.
Feint versus defense, what's that?
A win. By you.
Yeah.
Yours gets triggered automatically.
Yes, victory.
What is Ash doing?
Well, you got to roll.
I know.
Don't count.
I know. I gotta roll.
Don't count those chickens. Don't count those chickens.
I just want to know what Ash is doing. I want to see the role play we're
Yeah,
cooking.
we're gonna do the role play first. Actually, I'm gonna roll the dice first, and then we'll see if it's effective. And then I'll do the role play. Okay, so same as
Second verse, same as the first.
manipulator. It's 2, and then 2, and then no ob, and then 1 success. Which I'm gonna re-roll the 6 on with some fate. Try and get 2, because if we get 2, we're gonna win. So I'm gonna get, damn it.
No.
Then I'm gonna spend another fate to re-roll a failure. Damn it!
No.
All right, no dice. That's fine. My biting comment is merely, yeah. That's it.
Just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just all that other
Boy.
Yeah.
A one success feint is just a yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
You didn't finish them.
Well, I couldn't finish them. I rolled like every possible.
Did you add your roleplay die? Because if you roleplay a little, maybe you could add your roleplay die.
No,
as
I did already. Yeah.
Really? I think you need to re-roll without the roleplay die because you didn't roleplay at all.
No,
Oh.
that's classic Ash.
It was roleplay. It was classic Ash maneuvers.
I was
Okay.
trying to give you a re-roll, man.
Now we go to the. You gotta go with third
Trying to
round.
help you out.
Boy. Okay.
No, we get 1 defense. Waylon defend.
Oh, defend versus defend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
You guys get to regenerate.
Perhaps we should continue these discussions tomorrow.
Ah, shut up. I'm
So
sorry.
the way defense versus defense works is that this is technically an independent test, and we're fighting against an obstacle of 3. So you have to get over 3 successes before you start healing.
Okay.
So defending is protecting your goal instead of going after the other person's goal.
Mhm.
Maybe your defense is telling me that I should maybe shut up.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think in terms of what I'm doing, I'm just like, after, what's his name again?
Deacon.
No.
Chu?
Governor Chu?
Chu, yeah. After he says that, I'm like, I would have to agree, General. I think we could all benefit from cooling down a bit. And I'm just like looking very uneasy, and yeah, that's
It's
pretty much
really
my-
hot in here, so that makes sense, right?
Like we all need some
It's
air.
still summer, yeah.
What? Excuse me. So
Yeah.
we have to. You guys roll to see if at ob 3. What's defense? Are you still using persuader or?
You have to use Persuader
Okay.
for
Mhm.
defense.
But
Manipulate
that's
and
yeah.
Feint are the ones that have Deceiver on it as well.
But that's good for Waylon. And then we would be helping.
Yeah, are you guys helping?
I think.
I guess I'm cooling off a bit and just being like, yeah, you're right, Waylon. I should probably shut up.
I think mechanically I'd be helping by. I don't know if I'm helping with like a defense, but like I feel like Deacon is like, what? This is important. We can't just abandon why we came here. Like now is not the time to be taking a break or whatever, because we're trying to defend our goal as being important, right? So I think that we're doing like good cop, bad cop sort of thing, where Waylon is like, you know what, like maybe we need to cool off, and Deacon is like, there's no time.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I'm helping. That's me helping.
What can I use in addition?
You can use a trait, which gives you an extra die. You can
Or
use
promise.
role playing, which gives you an extra die. Can use a promise.
Did I
on
already use my
defense.
role playing? Wait,
Not in this.
that was a different round.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can on defense. You can use a promise, which gives you an extra die. Could you do role play on and promise, or no?
No, one or the other.
Okay.
I mean, I'll try to do role play.
So you'd add 2 helping die, role play die, and then if you have a relevant trait, you can add a die for that. And then if you spend a persona, you could add your nature, right?
Correct.
And heal us up hella.
What do you think? Are the stakes high enough?
I don't know that he only has 1, but like I don't know. We could both lose.
I'm gonna wing it without the persona.
Okay, you have
getting
5.
involved.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what trait I would use in this case. Let's just do it.
See what happens. Nope, nothing.
Okay, so
Nice
neither
try.
of us heal.
Yep, neither of us heal because we're bad.
Okay.
Cool. All right, it goes to the last round. Presumably the last round.
Presumably the last round.
All right.
Quick, script entirely defense.
No, don't
Let's see if we can make this one conflict take the whole session.
All right. What are we?
We're so close.
Who's going first?
I mean, it can't be Waylon because Waylon went last, so it's either Ash.
I can. I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'll go first with my magnificent feint tactics that have not failed me yet.
God, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so feint, and then it can be either Deacon or Waylon after. What do you
Yeah.
think? I think that there's an opportunity for Deacon to like step back and let Waylon be the negotiator or whatever, role play wise, fictionally, because he's said a lot and been very aggressive, and I feel like maybe he's feeling like none of this is going to work. He's not going to see reason. Like, this is done. Like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe give like Ash and then Waylon, and then like at the end, like Deacon might, have one last thing to say.
Okay. So Ash is fainting.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like roleplay wise, I don't know how I would be attacking, like motivated to attack, since this whole conflict was like I did not consent to it. So I think I'm probably like maneuvering in this case. Do we think? And then I don't know if you want to like throw in the last move as an attack or something.
Definitely I would attack. So
Okay.
I can't drag the mouses.
It's because they're only given to me.
Well, can you put Ash first and then Waylon and then Deacon?
Faux show. There you go. All right, flip. Maneuver.
Feint.
What's that? Independent?
Independent. Which means I can do some damage.
Yes, so there's a chance to do some damage.
All right. Second verse, same as the third verse, same as the second and first verses. Manipulator. Skills rating 2. Nothing. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's enough to beat me, because I mean that's why I'm not rolling, because it doesn't matter, because we got those successes.
Mm-hmm. So what does Ash do to end this fight?
Nice.
Yeah.
Ash just says, really, you should be listening to Waylon, because, and I like gesture to Waylon, because Waylon is a patrol leader in the Maple Guard, a hallowed old, maybe not so functional right now, but a year ago.
Waylon's totally not old.
No, I'm talking about the guard in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The Maple Guard.
Like
The Maple Guard.
like they don't just promote not smart people to patrol leader. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm like blushing like really hard.
Mouse blush.
Yeah, Ash
Yeah.
just like
I
shows
don't
their
know how-
support. Ash just shows their support like 100%. You twitch your whiskers. That's at mouse blush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mouse blush. And like I feel like Deacon in the background is doing like this like nod and like little mouse arms like crossed over his chest, and like he positions himself so he's like kind of standing like behind and with like a foot behind Waylon,
Mm-hmm.
Waylon, and he's just like, yeah. No, he doesn't actually say yeah, but he's like nodding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, I think what this looks like for the compromise is, so you win. You've convinced the governor he will lend you troops and supports, but you have to give up a major concession.
Because we got so close to death.
Yeah. Because you got so close to death. Part of me thinks it's just giving you guys, this is such a long exchange that everybody's, I feel like should be tired, is an option. But I also like the idea of he has to make you, he has a mission for you to do instead. And then once you do that, no, then you can have the troops, right?
Whoa, no, there's a
I feel
dragon.
like Deacon
Yeah.
is gonna flip out.
The compromise is that we do that after, but dragon first.
Yeah, like help us with the dragon. and
Yeah,
then we'll
but
do
you
your
lost.
bidding.
You lost super
We
bad.
won.
But without a
Or
concession, we
you
wouldn't
lost a
have helped
lot
with
of
any.
disposition,
Oh,
right?
Oh, but you're saying like, I don't know. I feel like winning means like we get what we want now, but
you
promise.
you got the support of the governor, right? The governor is going to give you troops and support. It's just going to be in a little bit of time. Alternatively, you could get it now. I'm thinking I think the leader, Waylon, is angry and tired, and everyone else is tired. Or, I mean, at the minute... No, you know what? No. I think it's the other way around.
Maybe in conversation.
Everybody is angry, for sure. Everybody's angry, but maybe Waylon is tired as well.
Mhm.
The wording of the goal never specified right now.
Wow. Rude.
Lesson learned, I guess.
Be very specific. Got it.
But well, I mean, I don't want to like punish you on a technicality thing like that. So like, I want to like, what do you guys think? What do you think should happen?
I mean,
You should.
I-
This should
I would
almost
rather-
feel like losing. Is what it should feel like, right? Like that's how close you came to losing. So it should
But it-
feel like losing.
but it's not.
It's not. No, you
But
won. You
it's
won.
not
It should feel.
losing.
It should feel almost like a Pyrrhic victory. So
I just feel like fictionally, like Deacon would not stand for being distracted from his goal. So
I mean,
I would rather be.
yeah,
I actually think for us to win and for there to be compromise, the goal of the governor is that now is not the best time, which means that in winning, we have decided that now is the best time because
Yeah.
we have won
Oh.
over his goal.
yeah. So maybe it's
So
just like
actually, we
the
have to do
availability of
dragon.
troops. It just isn't as much as you would hope for.
We have to do the dragon now
Right.
first because his goal was that we not do that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, exactly.
Okay.
Timing wise, now is the best time.
Okay.
Now.
So then here's what's happening. Everybody is angry.
Yeah, I am.
That seems pretty reasonable.
Damn
everybody's
straight I'm
angry. Conditionally. Second of which, I think I'm gonna give you guys this offer. You can either have. Okay, so here are the 4 things that I'm willing to offer you, and I can describe for you what they do. And then after this, we're gonna go to war break. But and you're gonna get to choose 2 of them to bring with you. Okay. So the first one, actually no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take that back. So you have supplies, right? The supplies that you're bringing on this are nets and traps, lures, and camouflage, as well as troops would represent each of you being able to have enough men to give you an extra die of help, right? So perhaps part of the conflict is that you don't get as many people to help you as you can. Perhaps you only get like you get the supplies that you need, but you also get only 1 die worth of help. So like one person gets to keep that person helping you a turn. Does that make sense? No? Does that not feel good?
It's like so hard for me to even say just because I don't understand like really what we're even going to be up against in terms of like helping die and stuff. You know, like it's just really hard for me to even know what's fair.
Okay.
So I mean, I'll trust you if
I mean,
that's
if they're bringing, if the general's like, okay, we acquiesce that we need to deal with the dragon, and then gives us 1 mouse with a spear to help us, like clearly that's not enough. Like it has to be enough, but maybe not quite enough. You know, like I don't know what that is, like
Yeah.
stat wise, but you're the only one with any sort of ability to envision dice
Sure,
wise what that's
okay.
going to look like.
Then maybe that's not what it is then. Then perhaps it's just the conditions. I think that's fair. Cause then you guys
Alright.
will get the supplies for that. All right.
Okie doke.
Cool. All right then. So then that was long.
I mean, we still got to use checks
Yeah.
to get conditions off and stuff. And
I think what it will be is that they are. I actually like what Rurlock said. Yeah, I was gonna say that they're. If should something go wrong on the hunt or whatever, there's a good chance that they're going to be like inexperienced or risky or stuff like that. So something could happen to these troops. I think that's going to be the consequence. Like they're fresh rather than veterans. Okay.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Awesome. All right then. So guys, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Get yourself a drink, walk around, stretch, do a plank. We'll be back in 5 minutes. See you.